Ooga booga booga. So, I know that was probably like borderline racist on so many levels. But today, let's talk about Nazeebo. So, not to be confused with gazebo, which is a great outside living arrangement thing for people who like to have barbecues outside but not get eaten alive by mosquitoes. Sorry, I used to call him gazebo all the time just because I missed his name Gazlo and Nazeebo. Anyways, I digress. So, Nazeebo, big old specialist, tribal, voodoo stuff, and crazy motherfucker throws spiders and frogs at you if that doesn't tell you something. And he raises motherfucking zombies. And there's kind of like two different players who play Nazeebo. There's the helpful player you love that's like, oh my god, he just walled in that enemy and made it so that they are stuck and are gonna die. And they kept me from getting killed by that person. Then there's the other Nazeebo who's like somehow manages to both miss the person they're trying to encapsulate and also still hit your team. So you're like, oh shit, our medic's stuck next to a fucking butcher. Oh god. And then, and then of course they don't pay attention so that they can hit W again, which drops the wall. No, they just, have you get eaten alive and you're like, damn it. So there's that. It's one of the biggest reasons that wall champions, including Tassadar, can really fuck people over, if they so choose. It's either team winning or team losing most of the time when one of those two things is used. And I gotta tell you, there's nothing scarier. Like, some people, like Sergeant Hammer, could just blast the shit out of the wall and just leave. But it sucks when you're like a Morales and you get stuck. Like, normally you see that circle go down, you should be able to get out of the way. But sometimes you're not fast enough or you're slowed or something happens where it's too chaotic and you get stuck. And that shit sucks, because then you're just like, oh, what do I do? Like, you can launch your grenade and it still kind of helps, but like you take so much damage inside the zombie wall that's just smacking the shit out of you. And so I don't approve of that shit. I like his ability to, like, if you ignore your team for a while and just keep farming the lane, you can just get a big fucking massive health pool. So at the end of the game, when you're the only person alive, you can still go, haha, I can kind of hold them off. So that's fun. I like to get his health pool and his mana pool all high up when you got time to run around and do it. I like farming characters. I'm sure that's a trend that's been easily noticed in all these. But his two ults that he has, two heroics rather. The first one, the giant Colossus thing, fucking gargantuan, I think it is. Always forget. The big motherfucker. He runs around and he smacks the shit out of people. My biggest thing with him is that he just seems so underwhelming. Like, I mean, it's cool, like, when he actually does something and, like, stuns people. Like, occasionally he'll get a good stun off. People are like, whoa. But overall, I mean, he can die really easily. They're nerfing him, too, which is surprising to me, because I don't see him used that often. And when he is, it's always painfully so. He's never used very well. They're already nerfing him, like, hey, sorry, so this guy's doing too much damage to buildings and minions, so that's gotta stop. So they're cutting that in half. And on top of that, for me, I prefer the Ravenous Spirit, because, I mean, that shit, provided you have decent positioning, you can fuck some people up with that shit. Just send that thing in and it's all like, smackity, 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 smack. And just knocking the bitches around. And doing massive damage. Like, I mean, the shit's just totally good. And so I enjoy that one more than anything when I have to choose a route. I still think you could use some talent cleanup overall, because he's still got a lot of the generic talents that they were hoping to get rid of, but we'll see. I thought like a questing talent for him would be pretty cool. Like one on top of the one he has, like either a survival one, or like, your spiders do X amount % more damage, or something does X % more damage based on landing something. I like those skill-based ones that make you really go, aha! Like you weren't just farming in the lane like the current one is. You actually managed to like land your skill shots and shit. So Nazeebo, pretty cool. I don't see him used a lot. At least I didn't see him a lot in Heroes of the Dorm, and I'm not sure how he's doing competitively speaking, but I think he can hold his own. I think he's pretty good combatant. Assuming he's got some people who can keep him safe, he can put out some pretty respectable numbers and a large cleave too. So I say go at it. But anyways, I gotta go inside and get stuff ready, and I will talk to you bitches on the other side. Thank you.